Hello, beautiful Leo, and welcome to your little bonus tarot guidance here for the second half of September. Short and sweet, about 10 minutes. It's tea and tarot time with Julie, so grab yourself a cup of tea, cup of coffee, glass of wine, put your feet up. Let's have a little look what we can add to what we already know for September, because I've already done your general guidance for the month and your money and career. I'll link them both up here at the end if you want to check them out. But this is a little bit of an extra bit of information for you for this last half of September. For my Leos, please. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and cross-watching. Now, everybody is having messages of endings, beginnings, shifts, transitions. It is the energy of the eclipse that we are currently in. So expect that you've got the death and the fool, the endings and the beginnings. But each sign is having a slightly different emphasis and focus. Okay, let's have a look at yours then. We've got Death, Ten of Coins, the Fool, the Palace of Coins, the Hanging Man, and the Knight of Cups. Three major arcana cards here. The endings, the beginnings, and that patiently surrendering, waiting in the middle for that kind of in-between energy that you're in. So what's the focus? What can you focus on? What's the theme? What is the question for you to really pay attention to? And it is by the book. So this is a card about intention, integrity, honesty, following the inner guidance, following the heart. Okay, this represents you following your guides, your inner guidance, your inner wisdom. And when we follow our guides, that wisdom is always from a higher place of truth and love and light and honesty, integrity. So that's the energy. I need to listen to my inner guidance and I need to follow it. Let's see what your affirmation is that will help you to do this. For Leos, please. For my Leos. Okay, wealth. The focus is on wealth for you. Now, wealth isn't just money, is it? All right, we tend to think of wealth as being rich financially, but wealth is about energy and having an abundance of it. Okay, so this particular card says, I am wealthy. I have a wonderful relationship with money. I value it, respect it, and welcome it. Money wants to show up and be in my life. So the emphasis is on financial flow and financial security and being very good friends with money so that it wants to show up. Now, one of the things then, because we've got this endings and beginnings and the Ten of Coins in the middle, this could be absolutely suggesting that the way you earn money is changing, that it is time for that particular income stream to end because there's something better opening up. It could well be that you have gained everything you can from that particular income stream, whether it's from a job or a business or a side hustle, that it's not doing it for you anymore. So we're going to sit with that hanging man underneath it and say, is this giving me the financial rewards that I dream of, that I deserve? Is it time to open up to something new and something better? So a lot of people who are in business are going through that transition of, shall I change this? Shall I close this down? Should I do something different? The same with those of you who've got side hustles, you know, Etsy and PayPal and all the rest of that. Like, is it working for you? Are you getting the rewards from the work you're putting in? You're examining things, right? If you're in jobs, it's, you know, looking at that job and saying, is it time for me to move on to pastures new? But this isn't just about career. This is about the sense of security and stability within you, which could also be linked very much with your home. All right, because our home is our biggest asset and our biggest expense. Even when we're renting rather than owning, it's still our biggest asset and expense. So death card is with the Palace of Coins. Now, death is endings and or transitions. Okay, now we think that any transition is an ending. Not necessarily. You can transition, change, shed an old skin within an existing job or relationship or home by bringing in fresh energy into it, by ending staleness, by all sorts of things. If this was a home, for example, you could be moving things around, redecorating, and it'll bring a completely different energy, and that's created that death, that transition into the new. You could be changing your job in terms of the way you work it, but doing exactly the same work. There's all sorts of ways you can transition without necessarily ending, but it is the old way is ending and the new way is now here, in whatever way that is for you. And that includes relationships. Sometimes it's time for a relationship to move out of our life. It can also be to move into our life, because that death card could be the ending of you living alone, and you're bringing in a new lodger, a new pet, a new relationship, a new romance into that home. So you see, those endings can go either way. Okay, I'm just listening. They're also talking about travel, which isn't necessarily on the table, but they're saying that a home is a place where you decide it's home. And you might be on vacation for only 3 days and say, this hotel room is my home for 3 days and I'm going to treat it as such. That's a message for somebody coming through, even though that's not particularly what the cards are saying. That's an intuitive bit of extra there for you. So something is shifting here, as I say. Could be home, could be work, but the Palace of Coins is also about a sense of harmony and balance, right? Because what you've got here is the most beautiful palace in the forest, surrounded by nature and animals. It's peaceful, it's harmonious, it's a balance of the pleasure and the beauty. Okay, so very often, you know, we're working so hard that we don't really appreciate the beauty around us, and this is a sense of having all of that in balance. So it's something to do with the money here, with that 10 of coins. Money, security, stability, some form of shifting, endings, transitions is happening around this. And you're in the hanging man energy, which is surrender, a higher perspective, looking at things in a different way. Let go and let God, reviewing, just allowing. All right, just let go, let your energy open and let go, and allow the awareness and information to come in, because this new beginning is happening. It's the Fool. It's the biggest new beginning on the deck, okay, in the deck. The Fool is equivalent to 4 aces. It is saying this is a new beginning in every way. A big, huge new beginning. Now that eclipse is on the 21st. Then we've got another shift with the equinox on the 22nd. Then we've got another shift on the 23rd when I think Venus is moving signs. There is a lot of shifting energy. So these last 2 weeks is quite significant, very significant, they're saying, not quite, very significant, big shifts. This new beginning wants to come in. I want you to be open for those opportunities, ideas and actions regarding your happiness, right? Because the Knight of Cups is an offer of happiness here. Now that can be that you're creating that offer, you're going off searching, you know, the knight on his trusty steed searching for his happiness with his cup of happiness ready to fill it. Or this could be somebody bringing an offer to you because you've already aligned with, I'm ready for that change and I'm ready to take the action, because knights are action cards. So that action is going to happen. That new beginning is happening over the next 2 weeks. So hold on to your hats, because that time is here. All right. Okay, let's finish off with an angel card. Final message from the angels. This is the Oracle of the Angels. All the cards I use are linked below, by the way. Somebody commented the other day which deck was it and how do they find it. I put links in. There's one link to cards I use, and when you click on that, it opens up a list of all the cards with all the links to them. Okay, all right, you've got inner peace. This is the message coming in from the angels. This is a beautiful door of peace, inner peace. All right, let me get it to focus. There we go. Come on, thank you. It's the number 26. That's an 8. 8s are about infinity and flow and abundance. And look at the lights around the doorway of that tree of life. The tree of life is all about your branches, how you want to show up in the world, live in the world, be in the world. Whatever you want, we are wanting to step into a place of peace. where we're in harmony and tranquility and light. And that is the shift and change that you are experiencing right now, my Leos. All right? Okay, that's what I have for you. Thank you so much for letting me read for you. Thank you for showing up and being here. I'll be back soon with your October general guidance in a week or so. Okay, so I'll see you then. You take care, Leo. Lots of love. Bye-bye.